After many years working with farmers across Australia, consultant John Mulvany came up with a way of showing a resilient farm business as a balanced tower. The blocks of this tower are some key performance measures, both physical and financial. The first brick in the resilience tower is management skills. You need a good manager up in the top 40%. You or the people in your team need real farming smarts and a willingness to learn. The second brick is your percentage of imported feed. The benchmark here is between 30 and 40% of feed purchased in. Usually homegrown feed is the cheapest source, so you don't want to be too dependent on external feed and vulnerable to price fluctuations. But it's still good to take advantage of imported feed when it's good value, and homegrown feed does not provide everything you need over the year. Another physical brick is homegrown pasture, or fodder consumed per cow. John reckons you need 3.5 to 4 tonne of homegrown dry matter feed per cow per year. Then the stocking rate will depend on how much feed you can grow per hectare. This is a profitable level to balance stocking rate with imported feed. Let's start incorporating the financial bricks. Firstly, equity. How much of the business do you own? We'll build our tower on 65% equity and 35% with the bank. Then we look at how much is coming out of your pocket to service that debt level, interest and lease costs, those regular repayments to the banks or lenders. A good guide for your debt servicing costs is no more than $1 per kilo milk solids or 7 to 10 cents per litre, depending how you want to measure it. Let's go on and add another brick to the tower, cost of production. This is the total of your cash costs, all your farm operating expenses, plus the non-cash costs, the value of your labour, the cost of depreciation, and livestock and fodder inventory changes. This varies widely around Australia, influenced by seasonal conditions, input prices, and farm system. Targets for cost of production in Victoria, Tasmania, South Australia and Western Australia should be under $5 per kilo milk solids, or 33 to 36 cents per litre. In New South Wales and Queensland, the target is more like $6 per kilo milk solids, or 42 to 45 cents per litre. The second last brick is paid labour. This is simply because when milk prices fluctuate, labour prices don't. So if possible, keep paid labour under 40% of your labour to keep your costs flexible. The last brick is feed costs for a milker, which is the cost of feeding a cow relative to the amount of milk solids produced. It should ideally be around $2 per kilo of milk solids, averaged over the year. Let's do a scenario using the tower. This is a large farm with a high proportion of paid labour. It has a high stocking rate, so it's importing a lot of feed, and the cows aren't eating 3 to 4 tonnes dry matter of homegrown feed. We also have a low equity level. This tower is going to fall over unless the milk price holds it up. And milk prices are volatile. This farm is not resilient. Here's another scenario. This farm also has low equity and high debt servicing costs, but they have kept their feeding system set up so they don't rely on too much purchased feed, and kept the cost of production down. So the tower is stable.
This isn't about wrongs and rights, it's just about balance in a business. That's the critical aspect.
To build a tower for your business, you first need to generate a dairy base report for the last financial year so that you have the numbers you need for each brick in your tower.